Hey everyone, this is Paul Gale from paulgalenetwork.com, and thank you for joining me today for video game news. It is November 17th, 2020, and these are the top stories of the day. To kick things off, we've got a cool Mortal Kombat 11 trailer that I'm going to play for you right now, so let's check it out, shall we?
You got one last chance to rethink this.
This has everything. This is Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate Edition. It's the definitive experience. All the characters, all the stages, the awesome Aftermath DLC, the friendships, fatalities, the voice acting, 37 fighters. It's a pretty badass roster. The special guests.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
Got Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator, Joker, Spawn, RoboCop,
Dirtbag.
Rambo. Plenty of customization. If you don't yet have a version of Mortal Kombat 11, I definitely recommend the game. Brutal, man. Brutal.
Let's go crazy.
I'm going to rewind for just a second there. Let's see. I want to pause on something in particular so that you can see what you're getting. Yeah. If you already have this game on Xbox One or on PlayStation 4, you will get a free upgrade on Xbox Series S or X, sorry, it took me a second there, or PlayStation 5. Visual enhancements, 4K dynamic resolution, significantly reduced load times, and cross-play and cross-gen, meaning you could have an Xbox One and play with a PS5 person and PS4 person playing with an Xbox Series X person, and any kind of combination there. Unfortunately, PC owners and Nintendo Switch owners don't get to benefit from the cross-play aspect, and there is no cross-gen upgrade, but you can still play Ultimate and all of the characters on, Nintendo Switch or on PC. It's just not the upgrade part or the cross-play, cross-gen part. But pretty awesome game. If you're of a mature audience, 17 and up, and you're not squeamish, Mortal Kombat 11 is really a good game. I talk about this one pretty often, and Dragon Ball FighterZ, another really solid fighting game. I happen to like fighting games in general, though. If they're not for you, I can understand why maybe you've decided to pass on it. But if you like fighting games in even a little capacity, I definitely recommend it. And if you don't like fighting games at all, but are not of the faint of heart and are not, against, gross things, aren't squeamish, then I would say give Mortal Kombat 11 a try. Even if you don't care for fighting games, because the story is so good. If you get the game for cheap, get it on sale, wait till Black Friday, even download the basic version of the title, which is greatly reduced nowadays. The story is worth it. Throw it on easy, whatever. Play through the fighting game. Maybe you'll like it, because the gameplay is pretty solid. But even if the gameplay itself isn't your thing, because fighters just aren't for you, and this is not going to change it, which is possible, the story is well worth it. You're paying for a few hour long story of cool characters and great cinematics, beautiful visuals, awesome voice acting. Yeah, one of my top picks of this past generation. Anyways, moving along. the anniversary just keeps going, and that is the Super Mario 35th anniversary. Zavvi over at Zavvi, that's Zavvi, because it got cut off a little bit here. Zavvi.com has a Mario 1985 partnership. Like I said, everything just this year was all about Mario. There were partnerships all year round, lots of different clothing companies, and you know, I've shared before Lego, Levi's, Black Milk Clothing, Zavvi now, and of course Cold Stone Creamery we mentioned before. So this is a look at their line. Got some cups in here as well beyond just clothes, but kind of cool. So if any of these are your jam, check them out. That's a pretty cool cup right there too. I might get something. I have my share of Mario clothing, but you know, you could always have one more, right? So maybe. But anyways, I thought I'd show you that for now. Quick little something. Next up, this I like a lot. This is perhaps my favorite thing today. Just a really nice, feel good kind of video. Don't get me wrong, Mortal Kombat 11 was dope. The shirts and apparel from Zavvi was nice. If I had to pick something that's my favorite of today, it's this right here. And I have one more thing to show you afterwards, but let me just show you. Brie Larson, mega Nintendo fan, with a brand new commercial. Check it out.
Hello?
Hey, Brie. Producers are asking for notes on this script. How do you think it's coming along?
No!
No notes then. I think it looks fantastic. I really do. I love it.
Yes!
Wait, Brie, is it a yes or is it a no?
Oh, what script? I'm kidding. But, seriously?
It's awesome. It's awesome.
You're still in here?
Oh, yeah.
You're really good.
Perfect timing. Your turn. Hi, you picked up.
Hi.
Your island must look amazing this time of year.
The best. Absolutely the best. Actually, can I come over? I have some flowers to give you.
I would love that. I'll meet you at the airport. You know, I was thinking about how Mom had that rule that whoever finished their homework first got to play Animal Crossing first.
And both of us would rush home to see who could finish the
I
fastest.
think I got straight A's that year.
I don't think you did.
Staying connected. That's my way to play.
I don't know, that commercial just made me smile.
You picked up.
We'll find a good place to
Your
pause.
island.
Here we go. Okay, cool. You know, I like Brie Larson. I really liked her in Kong Skull Island. I thought she was awesome in Captain Marvel, and she just seems pretty cool. I follow her on Instagram and whatnot, and I've learned that she's a really big video gamer, and in particular, a really big Nintendo fan. And she has told different stories over the years of, you know, playing Mario and being obsessed with it to a point where, like, she, you know, kicked the boyfriend that she had at the time out of the house for saying, "You're obsessed," and "No, I'm not," and "Get out of here." And you know, her love of Pokemon and Pokemon cards and playing Animal Crossing back in the day. You know, this story that she just shared here while playing regarding Animal Crossing and the mom's rule back in the day, I've heard that story before. You know, that's real. So I feel like when I see a commercial of hers and it's, you know, a partnership with Nintendo, it feels genuine. It's real stories that I've, you know, heard the actress share in the community on Twitter and in different news sites and whatnot. So I feel the extra bit of connection. It's not just a celebrity with a paid, you know, commercial, and that's why she's acting happy. No, it's awesome. And she's even said before, you know, when she has had a previous paid partnership by Nintendo, she said, yes, this specific piece is a paid endorsement, but I have to say, I really am a genuine fan of blank, of Animal Crossing, of this product. I love it. So do know that going in. That little bit of extra, you don't hear that too often from celebrities when they're, paid to talk about a product. They do their job. They might like it, they might not, but that's what they're doing. They're selling you it. And on the flip side, Brie has used her celebrity just as a gamer, just as a fan, and posted up pictures or talked about something and said, note, even though I am a paid, representative time and time again with Nintendo for doing commercials and stuff like that, this is not one of those times. This is just my general thoughts on something. So she's done both, She's let us know from her perspective when it's been a paid thing. Yes, I'm being paid, but I do love it. She's also done the flip side where I'm not being paid for this at all, even though I have before. This is just my own thoughts on something, and I happen to be a big fan. I think that's really cool. So, fun commercial. I can't think of a little 1.5 minute or so long piece of footage that's made me smile and chuckle this much and just feel this good lately. Of course, I've been playing a lot of video games, and there's always great stuff happening in the world of gaming and whatnot. But for something quick like this, felt nice. So major props to Brie Larson. I kind of look at it like this. If I were to be in a Nintendo commercial, which, wait a minute, I actually was. If you're watching Video Game News with Paul Gale Network right now, and you haven't been following me for a while, and you're, in other words, new to the channel and whatnot, I did a commercial with John Cena and Nintendo back in 2017. So my raw excitement and happiness, my smile in those commercials was absolutely 100% real. So I can relate. You have a mega fan here, and being in a commercial, it was the Nintendo Switch Unexpected Places tour. It was a fantastic experience. And if I was ever a feature star on a commercial like this, you betcha I would be happy. I would be thrilled to have this type of spot on a Nintendo commercial. The one with John Cena, despite getting to hang out with him for like half an hour and play and talk and take pictures and just really have a good time with somebody that I like a lot in the world of professional sports and entertainment. I'm in the commercial for a few seconds. There's two commercials in particular. One, you see me for 1.5 seconds maybe walking towards the building. And then the other commercial, you actually see my face for a second here and another 2 seconds there, and that's kind of it. But still, it was awesome. It was exciting. But anyhow, Brie, keep being cool. Good for you. And finally, in video game news today, the Nintendo Switch is on fire. We talk about this often on the channel. But could you guess where it's doing the best comparatively to where it was doing, to how it was doing the previous year? North American market is grown, European market is grown, Japanese market is grown, but in China and in other Asian countries in that non-Japanese Asian market, it's up 152% from the previous year of this last quarter, respectively. The president said that the success has a lot to do with Ring Fit Adventure, in particular in China, where the fitness game is so high in demand that it's increasing the rate of Nintendo Switch consoles being sold beyond what they were normally anticipating for the quarter. They're big on Animal Crossing. They're big on a lot of the titles that you see in the North American charts and the European charts and the Japanese charts, the titles that are kind of evergreen. But really, Ring Fit Adventure is doing above and beyond what they were expecting. So you're seeing some awesome growth in South Korea. You're seeing some awesome growth in Taiwan. And that's really good for Nintendo. It takes a lot of effort to successfully launch a system in China. But if you could launch a system in China, getting there for the first place, and then having success and then continuing to propel that, you've got yourself the biggest single market potential on the planet, you know? China and India are the 1.5 plus billion people nations. So you get good penetration there. You're looking at, you know, tens of millions of new gamers, or of gamers of yesteryear buying your console for the first time. And that's awesome. That equals some big worldwide numbers. So major props to that expanded Asian market. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a great holiday season. I can't wait to find out how everything looks at the end of the year, you know, between Nintendo and Sony and Microsoft. This was kind of a Nintendo heavy video game news day, but still entertaining. Let me know what you thought. Mortal Kombat 11 is the game for you. More Mario clothes, this time from Zavvi. Are you getting anything? What do you think of Brie Larson? I like her. I've never met her in person, but she seems cool in my book. And what do you think of Nintendo Switch in China and beyond? Pretty proud of Nintendo. They nailed it. They have a great formula with the Nintendo Switch. And I hope that, you know, they have a model where it's a continuous model. And what I mean by that, before I end the news day today, I wouldn't mind seeing every generation the following happen. Nintendo Switch come out. Couple years into it, a Nintendo Switch Lite. Another couple of years, a Nintendo Switch Plus, followed by a couple of years later, the Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch 2 come out, have a similar schedule. 2, a 2 Lite, a 2 Plus, and a 3. You know, from the 3, a 3 Lite, a 3 Plus, and a 4. If they do that, I wonder how people would feel. It would be kind of an Apple-esque model, but in console form. You know, instead of going immediately from 3 to 4, they go from 3 to 3G to 4, 4 to 4S to 5, 5 to 5S to 6, and so forth. And Nintendo would basically have a longer generation per console, but based off of when you came in the generation, you would still feel like you're getting something new. Are you an early adopter and you buy the Nintendo Switch? Cool, that might be your system. And for, you know, 2.5 years or so, you have the newest piece of portable tech that is fun and able to be on the TV and so forth. If you're coming in a couple of years into the generation, you're having the portable only model, but it's less expensive. Same graphics, same games though. If you're waiting a little bit later into the generation, you're getting the Plus model. So you know that at this point, the software's cheaper because it's been out for longer, but now you're playing all of those games at a bumped up fidelity, resolution, frame rate, and so forth. But if you're getting it at this end, a Plus model, you know that, well, in a couple of years, the Plus model is going to be kind of obsolete, but maybe still relevant because the successor's coming, the 2, and respectively the 3. If this was the model that they had going forward, I think it would be really cool. But you never know what Nintendo's going to do. I'm kind of deviating from news to now just fun talk, but you never know what they're going to do, and that's what keeps Nintendo exciting. They could just all of a sudden release a designated, you know, home console that's a disc-based, you know, Blu-ray 4K machine that's comparable in power to an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5 and maybe even more powerful, and it comes out in, you know, November 2021. Wouldn't that be crazy? I don't see it happening, but part of me would love it. But I think this model is the safest because it keeps them different from the competition, and it's kind of a staggered list of consoles coming out and you getting to pick kind of when you want to go in because you know that this is the new Nintendo. 3 systems per generation. You pick when you get in, right? Okay, that's gonna do it for video game news today. Thank you for watching. This was fun. And I hope you all have a good one. So take it easy. See you next time. Bye.